Okay, so right now what I'm about to show you is a technique to get more width out of your 2-track or masters. I'm gonna take it from this. Now, I know what you might be saying. That is very subtle. And yes, it is subtle. And the reason why it's subtle and why I like the subtlety of it is because it's a 2-track or it's a master that you're using this technique on. And within that, the producer or artist has sent you a record that is baked in. This is what they like. So as far as that balance is concerned, I don't want to disrupt it so much, but rather just to prove upon what is there. If you have headphones or some decent speakers that you're listening to that on, I noticed that difference where it went from feeling a little bit more closed to a little bit more open. And it's just a super simple technique using mid-side EQ that I'm going to show you. This trick and technique was actually given to me, or I learned from a lot of mastering engineers, two in particular. One is Devvon from $1 Million Snare and Demetrius from $1 Million Snare as well. I've seen them use this trick and it completely just blew my mind, and it's so simple and so easy, and I think that it's going to help a lot of people, and I'm just going to show you kind of what I've learned and my way of approaching it from this standpoint. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay. So this is a mid-side EQ. This one in particular is the black box EQ, which I love to death. I like it because in a mastering standpoint or in a 2-track standpoint, it's also saturating. So it's not just like an EQ that's just static in the sense of just its sound, but rather there is a little bit of color to this EQ, which I do enjoy. You can use your own discretion with that or use whatever mid-side EQ you feel is comfortable. But I winded up going with this one just because I like the color of the sound of this actual EQ. Okay, so how does this technique work? What do you have to do? How do you go about it? What is the mindset and ideology around the entire thing? Well, this is how I look at it. I'm going to turn all of this stuff down, 0 and everything out. So on the left-hand side, this is the mid of the mix. And on the right-hand side, this is the sides of the mix. Let me explain. I'm going to hit the M. And when I hit M, this is basically going to just allow us to hear in solo the mid channel of the mix. Listen close. So going back and forth between those two, I'm able to listen to just what the mid channel is sounding like, and then listen to what just the side channel is sounding like. Now, what it allows me to do in this EQ is EQ the mid channel differently from the side channel. Have to preface it with that and just help you understand that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the side channel. When I go to the side channel, what am I looking for? I'm looking for that melodic instrument that is carrying the record. In our particular case, it sounds like that sample that's basically the melodic instrument that's kind of carrying the melody of the entire record. Not the bass. I'm not paying attention to any of this stuff. I'm just looking for the melodic thing. That can be a piano sound. That can be a guitar sound. Any sound that I feel like is the most prominent as far as the melodic side of the record, that's what I'm trying to hone in on. Let me go further now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this EQ in auto listen. And basically what it does is now when I hover over a certain frequency like this, it's going to more or less solo that frequency and let me hear what that range is giving me. So I'm going to start at 200 down here, and then I'll start going up. And what I'm looking for is where the most prominence of the actual melodic sample is. I'm looking for that prominence. Like, where is a lot of that melodic sample kind of coming from as far as frequency range is concerned? So let's start at 200. So to me, when I'm listening to it, a lot of stuff was coming from that 650 hertz range, but there also was a bit of stuff coming in from that 330 hertz range. Now, why am I probably going to pick the 650 hertz range over the 330 hertz range in this particular instance? And it's no right or wrong in that one for me personally. In 330, it's warmer. There's more body. It's more also getting a little bit more of the bass sound in there as well. At 650, I'm getting less of the bass sound, but more or less, I feel like I'm getting a lot more prominence from the actual sample. So in my head, I say, I can go to 330 hertz, boost the side information in that particular range, and I'll be bringing some of that bass sound with it, which I wouldn't be mad at. It probably would make the mix feel a little bit warmer in the sides and kind of warm up things in general from a fullness standpoint. The reason why I'm probably going to go with 650 is because in my head, I say, okay, I just really want that feeling of that sample to just be a little bit louder, and that's going to help me get that perception of whiff. If I just boost that particular frequency range in the side information, that sample is going to get a little bit more side information. So that in turn makes the whole record for me personally feel a little bit wider because I'm feeling more sensation just on the sides in the prominence of frequencies of that particular sample sound. So decisions. And this is kind of my mindset where I wrap my head around it, where I say, okay, well, what do I want out of it? For me, I wanted the 650 hertz one because I said to myself, right around there is where I feel like I'm getting kind of more of an isolation of that sample, as opposed to 330, where I feel like I was getting a lot more other stuff as well, which still could work, to be honest with you. So now that I've gone to 650, what I'm going to do is I'm going to unsolo this, and I'm just going to boost the crap out of this particular range right here, just to hear it. Now, granted, a lot of times I'll do about just a dB and a half the most, but I'm going to exaggerate it for the purposes of this tutorial so you can just get a vibe of what it sounds like. So I'm just going to turn this up and crank it. All right. Remember, this is boosting the side information of 650 hertz. Got it. It's, like I said, very subtle. Not this super mega like, okay, you altered the entire sonics of this whole thing, but it really just gives me a little bit more feeling of width and also depth as well, just because now we have a little bit more contrast between that side information and the mid channel. So that's the technique as far as how I use it. You can definitely check out some of Depp from $1 Million Snare and Demetrius stuff and other mastering engineers as well, as far as how they may go about using the technique. This is just my way of how I've just kind of established, kind of playing with the technique in my own way. And yeah, it's worked wonders, and I really have a lot of fun doing it. I do this in masters. I'll do this in 2 tracks. And just anything where I don't have the liberty to be able to turn up the individual stem or things like that when I have files from clients and stuff like that, or just my own work for the most part. But hope you enjoyed that. Please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. And also, if you have your own way or your own techniques as far as what you do to do things like this, and I'm sure there's a million different ways, just showing you one, please let me know in the comments below. And if you have any questions about what you just saw, let me know in the comments below as well. It's your boy Devvon Terrell. Till next time, y'all.